Hi, welcome to my channel. If you've not met me before, my name is Andrea. I'm a qualified somatics and breathwork coach, and I help my clients to manage anxiety naturally. If this sounds like something for you, hit that subscribe button. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to build habits into your daily routine so that you can build your breathwork, your somatics, your nervous system regulation effortlessly into your day-to-day life. So stick with me and let's go. Today we're talking about something that can make or break your progress with anxiety relief, and that's building habits that enable you to do your breathwork, your somatics, your nervous system regulation on a regular basis. It's something that I've found my clients find really difficult when they're really anxious, and it's something that I've brought my background as an agile coach in a corporate, it was my previous life, into helping my clients to actually do. As an agile coach in a corporate, I used to help teams and individuals to maximise their routines and systems in order to make themselves more profitable, basically. So I'm using a lot of those techniques in what I'm going to teach you today, and today I'm going to show you 5 easy ways to build really lasting habits and routines that are going to really help you to reduce your levels of anxiety. So step number 1, be really mindful of your environment. And I'll give you an example here. A few years ago, I actually stopped drinking alcohol. I do drink a little bit of alcohol now, but I'd stopped drinking it for around about 3 years. And when I first made this decision, I actually stopped going to pubs. So it was really difficult because we weren't going to the places that we would normally socialise with our friends. But the reason I did this was because I knew that if I had the temptation of going into a pub, I would not be able to stick initially with this new habit. The habit has to become ingrained for it to be easy to stick to. It becomes something we don't think about, and that's when it becomes a habit. So when you're thinking about like your anxiety reducing techniques, your breath work, your somatics, your things you're going to do on a daily basis to bring your level of arousals down, really think about whereabouts are you going to go to do these? Where are you going to have your phone? So put your phone to one side. You don't want that distracting you. If you can find like a really nice quiet place, and you can have a little, almost like a little routine that you do before you get going with your practice. If you could set the room up beautifully, like maybe I have some incense behind me here, which I light regularly. If you've got something you can do like that, you light a candle, you light some incense, you maybe put a rug down or a yoga mat down, just make it really lovely. So it's like your 5 minutes time, and that will be a trigger to your brain. Right, we're doing our practice now. And the more you do that, the more it'll be easier just to get straight into that practice. So that's step number 1, be mindful of your environment. Step number 2, a 1% change makes a huge difference. So let me give you an example. My best friend lives in Plymouth. It takes me about 4.5 hours to get there. So if I were to put that into the sat-nav, I want to go and visit my best friend and go the route the sat-nav told me, sure enough, in about 4.5 hours, I would arrive in Plymouth. Now, what about if every 10 minutes, rather than going the route the sat-nav told me, I altered my course by just 1 degree? Well, you can imagine that after 4.5 hours, I'm going to be nowhere near Plymouth. So I live on the south coast of the UK, and I literally have to go along to get to my best friend. If I altered my course 1 degree each 10 minutes, I might end up somewhere like in the centre of England. So that's a completely different destination by a tiny little alteration. And this is what we're trying to do with building these good habits. It's just a tiny amount every day, and then after a day, a week, a month, 3 months, imagine the difference that's going to make over that period of time by just doing these small amounts each day. It's nothing that's going to be insurmountable. It's nothing that's going to be, oh my goodness, I've got to do an hour's practice. It's just a tiny little amount. So now I come on to step 3 by mentioning that we're just looking at something that's really achievable. We don't want to say, tomorrow I'm going to be doing an hour's breathwork when we've never done a breathwork practice before in our routine. That's not going to last. So let's just think about, and you think about, what is the smallest thing that you could do that's achievable, that's not going to cause you a lot of pain and stress. You might need to make a little effort to do it, you know, setting your space up like I've just mentioned, but it's not a huge step. So it might be, I'm going to do 5 minutes in the morning when I wake up, 5 minutes before bed. That's fantastic. So that's step 3, a small amount each day. Step 4, and this one is fabulous and something I've used, is a thing called habit stacking. So what we do is we think about, what do we do every day anyway that we don't have to think about? This is an ingrained habit we already have. so I could give you some that I'm sure you do. You wake up in the morning, you probably go to the loo when you wake up, you probably clean your teeth. So what we're doing here is we could take one of those things. So let's take cleaning our teeth. We could say, as soon as I've cleaned my teeth, I'm going to do my 5-minute breathwork practice. Now the key with this is we have to do it immediately afterwards. It's no good like cleaning your teeth and then thinking, I'll just do. The key to it is we clean our teeth, we go straight into the practice. So this is habit stacking. It really helps us to latch on to something we're already doing without thinking about it with the new habit. And then over time, by doing that, that new habit then becomes something we can actually add something else to. So you see how this works, building up these really good habits by putting it onto the back of something we're already doing. And the final step, step 5, make sure you celebrate and notice your progress. So, it's not head down, never look back. We're constantly reflecting and, make it a practice where you constantly check in. It might be part of your 5-minute morning thing once a week. Okay, let me just think about this week. How have I been? What differences have I noticed with this stuff I'm doing? And you'll be surprised at how much difference you notice over a short period of time. It's really important to bring your conscious attention to that so that you want to carry on doing these things because you can see the impact and the difference it's making to your day-to-day life. So let's recap those 5 steps. So step number 1, we're going to set up our environment for success. Step number 2, we're going to focus on just a 1% improvement every single day. Step number 3, we're going to keep our practice to a small amount to start. So just 5 minutes if that's what's achievable. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. You will notice a difference, I promise you, with just that amount. Step number 4, you're going to attach your habit to something you already do, habit stacking. So that's going to really help you to not have to think about it and to do it automatically. And then step number 5, we're going to reflect and notice the success and the difference that it makes. If you want some guided breathwork sessions and somatics to get you started with these things that I'm talking about, these fantastic natural techniques, check out my channel. I'll link a couple of videos below. There's loads on the channel that you can start to try, some both breathworks and somatics, so you can start to get into this. And if you'd like to get into this with my support, then you can join me in my Anxiety Antidote Club monthly membership. And you can join for just £1 for your first month, absolutely risk-free. I'll put the link to that as well. After the first month, it's just £22 a month. And there are 2 of these practice sessions every single month with me, an hour. So that's your schedule set out. You don't have to worry about it. You just come along, do the practices with me. And there's also online lessons which teach you exactly why you're feeling anxious, what's going on in your body, what's going on in your mind, and more importantly, what you can do about it. So it's like a complete solution, guided solution to anxiety. I'll pop the link for that below. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope to see you all soon.